What size tank?
265.
265, 8 feet?
7 foot. 7 feet long. 30 inches tall. 2 feet deep.
Big ass tank. Man, it looks clear too. It looks clear. Did you just get finished cleaning it up or something? Because this thing looking.
No, I mean I cleaned the glass before you came.
Yeah.
But I haven't done the actual maintenance to the any water changes, and I'll probably do it another week or two.
That thing looks good. Well, I know a lot more about the tank already, so I guess we got to kind of repeat
Absolutely
a little bit of everything that's going on. So, age of the tank.
It's been up and running as a reef tank about 6 years. Had a little setback about a year ago, as you know already.
Yeah,
lost almost all of my SPS about a year ago.
Mini crash. What happened on the mini crash?
All of my nutrients, phosphates, and nitrates went to zero, and everything turned brown, and then everything went white.
Oh man! So you're talking pretty much all SPS
almost
lost?
All my SPS except for that one in the front, which I'm sure you'll get some video later.
But yeah, I will. Man,
thankfully, all of my LPS survived that.
They're looking good. So all of the guys that are in here now are still the original pieces?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All the LPS are still from when you were here, whatever it was, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, I actually still have that video.
Oh, there you go.
It's still.
I don't even remember. And the rock work's completely different.
It's still on there. I'm actually gonna flash back.
Be fun to compare and contrast. Yeah.
Yep, I sure will. I'm gonna flash back to what it is now, and
that'd be very cool.
Looks good. I'm trying to think. So you started off all live rock, or how'd you start this tank?
Yeah, originally it was all live rock. So when you were here, whatever it was, 3 or 4 years ago, it was all live rock, and then I felt like it was too heavy, I guess, and so I took a lot of the rock out and reworked it to kind of make it more of an open scape. I wanted to see the fish more. I wanted to get better flow through the rock work, so I bought some of those man-made arches, and so what you're looking at now is probably 75% live rock and then 25% those man-made arches.
Okay, I got you.
It's kind of a combo.
So the live rock, did you? I guess the question is it worth going live, or should we all start with?
I like the live rock, but I mean I know a lot of people complain about getting the pests, but it's been my experience. I've been doing this so long. You're going to get the pests eventually anyway, whether it be aptasia or hair algae. It happens. So I think as long as you get your live rock from a good source, I do think it cycles the tank quicker and has more benefits.
Man, I tell you, that's one of the things I think that's made my tank be able to come along so quickly is just focusing on the bacteria and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Man, this is crazy. Tank look good, man. It looks even better than the last time I seen it.
Oh, I appreciate it. This
is
like
crazy.
You. It's my pride and joy. I love it.
Man, you got like gardens of everything. What's gonna be? I'm just slowly working my way through the tank. It's taking me this long.
Yeah, we'll take the tops off too. We could cut the flow and get some some of the sticks look really nice from top down.
Yeah,
as you know. Get to appreciate the colors a little bit more from top down.
It's taking me that long just to kind of skim through the.
Yeah, like 7 feet's a lot.
This thing is huge, man.
Yeah,
like you really can't tell how big it is. Like even on camera, like the camera's not going to show.
But it takes a while to take everything in.
But I remember you said the dimensions. Is it what was the height? Is the height of it?
The height is 30 inches.
Is that the only thing you would change, or would you?
I would change that, yeah, just because when I set the tank up years ago, I wasn't sure if I was just going to do LPS or what I was going to do, so I wasn't really thinking about it. So it's harder, as you'll see. I'm sure you'll show my lights and stuff later. I have to have a lot of light in order to penetrate that 30-inch depth.
Yeah.
So I probably would have picked a tank that was maybe 6 inches shorter if I had to do it all over again.
Gotcha.
That would be the only change. I like the length and I like the depth.
Yeah, the same
just about width. 6 inches too tall, just because of the lighting. I mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah.
From aesthetics, the height does.
I mean, my final tank, I think that'll be my dimensions. I would want something like this, maybe a little bit wider. This is I would probably want something. Well, that's close.
That's 24 inches deep.
Well, you got to think though. I mean, getting this down here in the basement, like
it took like 10 guys, big guys, to get this thing down here.
So did it fit through the door and all of that?
We took it in, so the basement's a walkout.
Okay.
So we ended up bringing it through, walking it around, and then bringing it in that way.
Okay, I get you. Well, I
It
guess
wasn't easy.
Well, I guess if you got to walk that basement, that does give you
Oh
the
yeah,
freedom
I don't
of.
think you could get this in the house if you had to bring it down the stairs.
So
Like, it's too big.
is this the last tank? Is this the?
Unless I win the lottery, this is the last
It's
tank.
the this is the
Yeah.
forever tank.
If I win the lottery, then that all bets are off.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, like I said, the tank is several years old, so I'm still running my AI Hydra 52s HDs and 26 HDs, so it's a combination of both. And then I also run a supplemental T5. The T5 is already off for the day.
Yeah. Okay.
So that gives me a decent amount of spread. It's hard because the light fixture is only, as you can see, it doesn't cover the entire length of the tank because they don't make a 7-foot fixture. So I have to raise it up a little higher.
Yeah, to get
so I get the equal spread.
I got you.
Which again is why it takes a lot of light to.
Well, that gives
penetrate.
you the low light areas on the side though, which is probably why you've kind of focused your SPS towards the middle of the tank.
Right. So like I keep my acanthos and my Gobies, and as you can see in the far corners.
Yep.
Because they don't like as much light. And,
yeah, it works.
And it seems to work.
Them Gobies is happy. Them things is.
Gobies are hit and miss.
Like the scale, like on camera, I'm looking on my phone. It don't look as big as it really is.
Yeah.
In real
So
life.
like that one that you're focusing on there, that's probably about the size of a baseball.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like that's crazy. See, I've never had luck with Gobies, man.
I've had. Trust me, I've killed a bunch myself.
Okay.
It's just some of them seem to do well in captivity, and some of them just don't.
Yeah, I got you.
But I've really been more into the, like I think I've told you, the LPS the last 12 months or so.
Yeah, just kind of filling it in.
The Acans and the brain corals and the acanthos, I love them.
Well, I got a question though, because when I was at Luke's house, he said something about his burning.
Oh yeah, I got the same thing.
So yours burn out too?
Absolutely. That's a known defect in these lights.
That's what I was wondering.
If you look real close, there's one real obvious one. You see where my finger is right there?
Yeah. Okay.
You can see where it literally burned through. I have the new lenses in the back.
So y'all the same thing.
And it's just a matter of taking them apart, and it's not a big deal to take them apart and pop them in. It's just taking the lights down,
Right. So as far as equipment wise, this is pretty much it. We got lights up here.
Yep.
And we got two gyro.
Two gyros. Yeah.
Two gyro 350s.
Correct.
Blowing across the top. You have any other pumps blowing across the back, or it's just that's it?
That's it. Other than just the standard outputs, the returns that are coming out, which they're not coming out that hard, really.
Yep. And look at that. And it was something I noticed last time I was here. I was like, man, how the hell is that hammer like right in front of those gyros? But
it's just right below it.
Yeah, you said the wave of water is going right over top of it.
Uh-huh.
That is a massive hammer core. That damn thing.
Yeah, that's my oldest one.
It's got to be, I don't know, 670 heads, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe more than that.
No, probably 50 or 60, just a guess.
Yeah, it's hard to see on the front and back side, but he likes it. So the flow.
Yeah, and you can see the flows getting all the way across because I've got these hammers that are on the far side, and
these guys are moving and grooving.
Got their little jiggle going on.
Yep, they sure are. So it's gyro.
This one down here I call my mac and cheese hammer, which is my favorite.
That's what I was wondering. So that's why I was going to ask you. What's your?
That's a true yellow hammer.
It is. It's pure yellow.
Yep.
And the camera's actually picking up a real color.
Yeah, it is. That looks great.
It is. So that's why I guess it takes us into the next thing. Favorite corals, favorite pieces.
Right now, probably my Acan Garden.
Yeah.
Is probably my most favorite thing of all. It's just really been coming in all the different colors.
Well, I tell you what, you motivated me. It's your fault. I swear I've never kept Acans. And then I seen this.
When you get that color, nothing else gives you that color variety.
No way. I seen this and I'm trying to create this. I want this on my archway in my tank. But yeah, you literally have like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different. It's probably like 12 different
it's more
color combinations, 13.
It's more. Yeah, it's more.
So you started these all off from like what, the 3, 4 head?
Yeah, none of them ever had more than, when I bought them, maybe 4 or 5 heads at the most, and then just over time they.
Have you had to? I guess that's questions I actually have with my garden. I spaced them out like they're pretty tight. They probably should have spaced them out more. Have you had to move them as they've grown, or are these glued down? Or are they just?
They're not glued down. They're just set in there.
Okay.
And they just, as they've grown, they just kind of pushed up against each other.
They push.
And it gives you that nice little.
Okay.
Look where there's no gaps.
So I may actually have an issue with mine being glued to the rock. I may need to either move them or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. So those two are favorite. What's left?
Next probably favorite thing are probably my acanthos.
Okay.
These guys in the left corner. I just love the color, and I don't know, I like the stuff that blows up, you know, the puffy stuff.
Yeah, and they are happy, man. It's like
Yeah. Now
just
the one on the very far right, closer to the hammer, is actually an Endophilia, but they can. It's kind of the same family, so it's nice that
everything
they can
still touch. That's why I was
touch.
wondering. You got them all laying on top
Yes,
of
I
each
actually
other.
had to do some research to find out if that was okay.
If it was,
yeah, because they're
you
not
don't
cheap.
want, yeah, because you don't want that. You don't want that bright yellow to get hurt at all. That thing is super neon yellow. But okay, all right. So that's number 3 of 4.
Got to be my rainbow Welso back there, which is completely blown up tonight.
Rainbow. Well, he's ready for the camera there.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's my oldest one. That Welso there is probably about 5 years old.
5 years. So, what kind of growth would you say you got out of this? Did it start off small? Or?
Yeah, it's probably doubled in size over the 5 years.
Okay.
And the one that's shown the most growth is that, as you named it, the Globo.
The Globo.
I can show you a picture of that when I bought it originally, and it was maybe 3 inches in diameter when I bought it.
Never seen one again. That one I had in my tank,
That's right. I forgot you had one also.
I've never found one again. That was the last one. So I think that some of these pieces you got in here, you probably won't find again.
No, I mean that thing's huge. I'm not sure if the camera picks it up. That thing's like dinner plate size.
Yeah, well, shit, you hold your hand. That kind of gives you. It kind of gives you a little bit of scale. But that thing is crazy, and the clam's crazy.
Yeah, the clam I've had a long time. He's 3-4 years old.
All right. So as we going through your favorite ones, I guess what's your favorite SPS? Which one is your?
Well, this one right here, which is the Bubblegum Unicorn, and I bought that about 4 years ago as a 1-inch frag.
Okay.
And then we could do some top down and turn the flow off so you can really see. Appreciate the colors here.
If you can turn it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down real quick.
We'll go ahead and take a look because it looks good from the front. Yep. And this is a Bubblegum
Unicorn Acro.
Bubblegum Unicorn. Was this one of the guys that survived the?
That's the only one that survived the crash.
Okay, so
literally the only SPS. Everything else, unfortunately.
So this whole rest of this top, so all these other SPS is running for what, a couple years? We got a couple years
at the most. Some of them are maybe 18 months old.
Okay,
something like that.
I got you.
Then let me turn off the other flow here.
All right, so he's killing flow. We're gonna get some.
Yep,
get some top downs.
Yep, let me turn off the protein.
That one looks great right there. See, you got some. Do you ever check like your pH, or do you know what your pH and stuff is?
I don't check that on a regular basis. I do not.
Okay, so that's what I'm wondering. You got some real thick, like girthy corals, man.
Yeah, so I keep my alk. Wait till that stops. Yep, it's just back flowing right now for a few minutes.
That's fine.
It doesn't backflow much.
Oh, this is awesome.
And I've got a stool here too if you want to get some real top down. I got a little step stool if you want to.
Okay. God, look at that nem. Now you can see how big that nem is.
Oh, yeah, that nem's huge.
I didn't realize he was that big.
Once or twice a year, maybe.
Man, yeah, that's the one I have in my
that's the one I have in my tank. Came right from there.
So that one you guys see in my tank that's the mother. That's the mother and daddy, whatever you want to call them.
Absolutely.
Golly. Well, you know what? It is totally different looking top down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a good walkthrough. I guess they say the glass is a pain. Looking through glass kind of compresses things or something. I don't know, because baseball to double baseball size pieces everywhere. Yep. What's this one I'm looking at here? What's this top? This blue
tricolor.
Tricolor. Okay.
And in the back left, that's a orange passion.
Orange passion. So I don't know the name. So you
I don't know all of them, but I know some of them.
I know that's a Slimer. I know that's a digitata. I don't know what kind of digitata it is, but I know it's one of them.
Yeah, it's Bubblegum Digi.
Bubblegum. Okay.
This yellow one here is the Pink Lemonade.
Okay.
What else have I got there? This is Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Small colony there.
Looks good. And this is the that's the
Bubblegum Unicorn. Yeah.
Bubblegum Unicorn. That thing looks beautiful from up top.
Yeah, it's a beauty. And then I got two little colonies of PC Rainbow, one there and then one in the back left there. Gotcha. It's the same.
That's nice. But I like that bubble too, man. I don't know if has he been there the whole time?
The bubble coral?
Yeah.
That's new today.
That's what I was wondering.
That's new today.
I knew something was going on. That's why I was like,
if you go back and look at the video from a few years ago, you remember that beautiful one that
I remember.
And I was crushed when that died, when I had the crash.
Yeah.
So I've been on the hunt for like over a year looking for a new one.
A decent size one for this tank,
it's unusual too. It's just it has a different pattern. It's not just solid green.
I figured he was new. I thought I was like, man.
That literally So when you were here a month ago, I had that huge devil's hand that was in that spot.
Yes.
So I ripped that out a couple days ago in anticipation of hoping that it'll be happy there.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. Well, he's kind of in a nook.
So this big colony back here, that's the Worldwide Corals yellow tip.
Yellow tip, and that
Crazy
thing is
fast grower. That's only 18 months old from a 1-inch
you got to be kidding
piece.
me.
No, crazy fast grower.
And he's thick. That's why I was asking. Like,
real
man,
thick.
he's like, I'm curious because I've really been kind of just wondering how.
Yeah, I'll give you my numbers. I mean, I can.
Yeah.
And what's interesting, what I've learned over the years too. So you see, all my gyres are on the right.
Right.
What you'll notice with all my stuff, everything is growing towards the flow. Like, look at this SPS colony. See how everything's curved to the right
towards it. Yep.
And that's seems to be true.
So that's the truth with everything.
Yes. Yeah. So all my sticks tend to grow a little bit more towards the flow.
So if you had flow from both sides, would you ever consider going for flow from both sides? Or,
I like when I'm on the couch, I like to look through and see it on that side. So I haven't really done it yet, but I wouldn't. I guess maybe one day when the colonies get really big,
whenever you want them
to have a choice.
Right.
But that might be we're probably a few years away from that yet.
Yeah. Well, you may have to end up adding all kinds.
That wouldn't. Yeah, I don't object to it.
Yeah.
But right now, no. And then this one here is a little ASD Rainbow Millie.
Okay.
And that came from a little 1 or 2 inch piece that's about 18 months
old.
old.
So everything you got in here is good old fashioned homegrown from little stuff.
Oh yeah.
You haven't gotten anything that was just already ready to go.
No. Like I said, when you go back, all those huge colonies that I did have, unfortunately,
right, because of the crash,
perished.
Because if that crash did not happen,
oh
then
my God,
these
colonies would be.
You would be foot.
Oh man.
You probably have that tank in the back probably be full.
I'd have to have another tank. Probably.
That's it. Man, I'm just getting a good.
But my tank's not perfect. If you look real from the top down, you can see some of the hair algae I've got going on. It's not terrible.
Yeah,
but it's there. I'm working on it.
Yeah, trust me. I got to zoom in just to just to see it really, because you're gonna.
I'm working on it, but I said that's an experiment. Anybody who has SPS knows, at least in my experience, the higher the nutrients, the deeper the color you get.
Yeah,
and it's a fine line. You get it up there because you want those deep colors, but then also, well, guess what else? The algae likes it too.
Right.
So
what about the? I remember you talked about the experiment you was running with the foul fish. Did that guy make it, or did he end up getting beat?
So no, it wasn't a foul fish. So I bought a copper band.
Copper band, that's right. Okay.
And my Naso Tang killed it.
Oh,
and I was very upset.
Man,
very upset.
I remember he was the one that was supposed to.
I was hoping. So now I'm thinking about maybe trying to foul fish.
Oh, well, there he goes picking algae now. I got him on camera.
Oh, yeah, my lawnmower bunny.
Yep, he's in there doing his job.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it's not terrible yet, but I'm trying to get the algae under control. And, of course, I got some Aptasia. Yeah. But, again, I think any tank that has any years to it,
it's going to get it.
It's going to get it. It's impossible.
You just got to get something to manage it. That sucks, though. The copper band didn't even.
And it was beautiful. It was big. It was huge. It was beautiful. And the Naso Tang, I tried everything, and the Naso Tang just would not relent.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
So now I'm thinking maybe the file fish because it's a different body shape.
All right. So what? So we're talking about fish valence in here. I'm good with the top downs now. Okay. But what tangs do you have in here?
So we've got the whitetail bristle tang, Achilles tang. That yellow tang and purple tang are like since day one. Those guys. Yeah, I've had those guys for years.
See if I can catch all these guys on camera because they are big, like girthy fish.
Yeah, man. Blonde Naso Tang, which is the boss of the tank. Whenever I try to put somebody in new. Yeah. I think I already told you the purple tang. So yeah, that's it on the tang. So there's 4 or 5 tangs in there. I'm like you. I'm also a wrasse guy.
Yeah, and there goes that one you was telling me to get.
That's my favorite guy right now.
Need to find one of them.
I think it's beautiful.
He's zooming. I can't even keep up with him.
That's probably my favorite, and then my second favorite is probably be my Radiant wrasse, which I know you're a big fan of.
Yes, I'm still trying to find it. Mm-hmm. And there goes your
my mystery wrasse,
huge mystery wrasse.
Yeah, I've had him for years. He's a little shy, but the colors are hard to beat.
Man, like it's crazy when you see them full grown. Like some of those wrasses, they almost get big as the bristletooth tangs. Almost they're pretty big, and it's.
Yeah, those gobies, I've had them forever. I've got a mated pair.
Okay.
And they live in a cave with a pistol shrimp.
I tell you what, I had a pair, the sleeper heads I got in my tank. I bought them as a pair. Right. They swim together as a pair. Then all of a sudden, it's like they got divorced. And now they fight. Like one like bullies the other one.
That's interesting.
You haven't had that issue with those? Those guys have been.
No, those probably gobies have been, or maybe my oldest fish in the tank.
Okay.
So what I have the story on that is I bought one. Okay. Because I was planning on just having one, and he disappeared. And I thought, oh, hell, he died.
Right.
So I went out and bought another one. And then I came down 3, 4, 5 days later, and the 2 of them were living together in a hole.
Wow.
And I'm like, It was crazy, and they've been so that was like 5 or 6 years ago.
So you created your own.
Yeah, it's just pure luck, but
right.
it's really cool. And like I said, they live in a little cave in the back with a pistol shrimp.
Gotcha. This guy, is this a bicolor blunny back here?
No, I have a
whatever he is.
I have a starry blunny.
This dude back here, he is fat as hell.
Yeah, that's a starry blunny, and then the only other blunny I have is the lawnmower one, which is kind of a workhorse.
Okay, well, the way his stomach looks, he's eating something because that dude.
Yeah. Well, I feed every day, every night. I usually feed at night.
Okay.
I feed my nori when I get home from work, so that they get that kind of like early evening.
Okay. So you drop them in there. So you
and then I do 6 cubes, 3 cubes of the mysis and 3 cubes of the brine shrimp every night.
Gotcha. So was that your plan for raising nutrients? You just feed more, or did you actually dose anything?
No, I don't dose anything. I took my Refugium offline about, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, maybe not even quite, maybe 9-10 months ago, because I was having problems keeping it up. And ever since I took the Refugium offline, now everything nutrient level wise has been perfect.
Right.
It's been my experience. I think when tanks are newer, you really need to have that Refugium, and it seems like around the 5-year mark, the tanks just seem to kind of like settle in. I guess
kind of take care of themselves.
Yeah, at least that's kind of been my experience.
Yeah, with this, at least with this tank. So
yeah, so it's been great. But like I said, I'm pretty diligent. I test my water every Sunday night. That's kind of my routine, and I make adjustments where needed.
Well, I was wondering, I'm kind of going back through and getting the stuff I missed because it's so many.
Pink booby chalice right there.
Crazy.
Like I said, I don't know the names of everything.
And even that chalice is at least 4 or 5 inches.
Oh yeah,
at
easily.
least.
Yep. And it's growing up the rocks.
And that guy started from a little
1 inch.
Is there any things you wish you didn't put on the rock, or something you wish you didn't put somewhere that's taken over?
So one of the things that I learned, again, you learn as you go along, right? Like anybody. So one of the things I'm doing now with my sticks, I'm putting them on small rocks that are removable. So like, let's just take this one here.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks like it's part of the rock work.
Right.
Guess what? It's not.
Oh, you can just. Yeah.
So I can pull them out if I want to trim one.
Right.
If I need to clip something off. So so some of them are on the main rock work. And then one day I just said, hey, you know what?
Make everything.
Right. So that's something wish I had done from the get-go. Like some of these huge colonies.
Right.
They're on the rock work.
Okay.
But a lot of these other ones are actually on separate pieces of rock which is nice that I can take them out, trim them, cut them.
And they're still growing.
And they're still growing. Then I put them right back in their little spot.
I mean, that's good advice.
Yeah, like even this little Walt Disney here.
Yeah.
It's just sitting in there.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. You can just pull it out. You can't tell when you're looking at it.
And then I can cut a piece or.
So that's for SPS. Is there any LPS or encrusting cores you wish you didn't put somewhere?
The Mystic Sunset Monty, it's a little invasive. It's beautiful. I mean, I love that pink and purple, but I do have to kind of keep it in check. I have to break off chunks every once in a while.
Yeah, because he's literally grown over the entire rock. He's coming down and around.
But it's been nice to actually, that little hammer right there has kept it at bay on that side.
Okay.
And same thing, if you see it's coming down the front, it stopped because my hammers are keeping it at bay right there. So that's been kind of I kind of found that out by accident. I can't tell you that I did that by design.
Right.
That was kind of lucky, but
it's like the hammers are winning, so you don't worry about the hammers at all.
Exactly. Yeah, the hammers are winning.
Yeah, stop it right there. So be careful with putting Monties and chalices.
So like a lot of people like those Monty cap, the shelving ones. I had those years ago.
Yeah.
And I ended up having to
take them all out.
It was a disaster.
I guess
because it started shading everything below it.
Yeah, because I see a lot of encrusting cores that have basically reached that 2, 3, 4 year point to where they have completely taken over.
I think it's one of those beginner ones that everybody likes. It's quick growing, easy to grow, and then after a few years.
What the hell is that right there?
Where are we looking?
The back right here.
That is a what's it called?
That's some kind of Acan?
Well, it's in the Acan family. It's the other kind.
I
always mess it up and call it an enchilada. Yeah. That's not what it's called. But that's what that is.
Enchilada or something. I think that's what it is.
Enchilada, something like that. I'm sure we're butchering that. But that's what that is. And that started off as
a little bitty piece.
Oh,
I tell you what, just looking at your tank makes me going to go back and look at my tank again and start thinking about future growth, because my tank is like not even a third, a fourth of this one. Mm-hmm. And I have like so many pieces of coral in there right now that I know I'm going to run into it. So
yeah, I like the look where it's like coral everywhere, but then at the same time, then you have to start having coral warfare, right? And kind of trim stuff up. Everything. So this used to be the Refugium.
Yep.
When you were here a few years ago, that probably had a big thing of Chaeto in it and
all kinds of stuff.
All that. Now it's just become my, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, holding tank.
Okay.
So I do leave it running just in case I ever do need to get it back up and running. Because all I did was take my lights and turn them from white when I was trying to do Chaeto.
Right.
And just
Castle, so the same
straight up blue.
Same Castle lights. You don't change. You don't have to change anything.
I just went all blue instead of white, instead of all white, which is what I was doing before. Let me turn all this back on. You can see.
I got you. Oh yeah, you can turn all your stuff back on.
I'm gonna flip it
all
take
a look.
On. Yeah.
I see. So these is a kind of just extra pieces, just throwing them in.
Yeah, like when something pops off a baby, or maybe something's not doing well. Like you can see this yellow Ghani here.
Right.
He's starting to recover, but he was getting covered in some algae.
Okay.
And I brought him back here to where I could kill the algae off, and now he's slowly starting to.
I get you.
Come back.
Yeah, and that's a holding tank. It looks pretty good. It ain't like it's, it's like he's ready for something.
Yeah. So also what I keep in here, which is a good tip for maybe for people. So those little white stars fish.
Yes.
Everybody has. I can't stand them.
Right.
And they're taking over. So in here somewhere, I can't find them right now.
Is it a Harlequin shrimp?
I have a Harlequin shrimp in here somewhere.
Oh,
you might have better eyeballs than me, but
let's see if I can hunt him down.
He is definitely in there, and he helps keep the population at bay. And then I also have
that is a humongous damn. What is that? A turbo snail?
That is a turbo snail. So the great story about that one is,
okay, huge.
I was down here one night, maybe about 6 months ago, looking at the tank at night with my red flashlight, and he was up by my overflow box on the display, and I had no idea I had one in there that big. So I pulled him out, and now he just lives back here.
He lives back here
because he was knocking stuff over in the display tank.
He's bigger than the urchin.
Yes.
Like the urchin's beside him, he's bigger than.
He's huge.
He's like the size of like a full-grown cinnamon roll you put in the oven.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then I also have a can't find that either right this second. I have a lettuce nudibranch in here that eats hair algae.
Okay.
It's really cool. If I can find him, I don't see him.
I got you.
But he's in there.
I got you. All right. Well, just talk me through a little bit of.
Yep. So this is filling back up. So up top is my fresh RO water.
Okay.
So when I'll do a water change, I drop in my 50, by the bags where you can do 50 gallons at a time.
Yeah.
So that's a 50-gallon tank.
So it's perfect. You ain't got to measure.
I don't have to measure.
Just drop it right in.
Drop it in. And then everything is just gravity fed. So when it's time, so this little guy here,
right.
That's how I do my water change.
So that's your drain.
That's what drain. I take it
down
to my
drain
floor drain.
Yep.
It goes out. I drop out 50 gallons, and then I just turn this knob here.
Yep. And that opens it from that tank.
There's no pumps. There's no electrical. It's just gravity fed.
That's beautiful.
And then, like I said, as far as top off, I've got a float valve here.
Yep.
I got a float valve here.
Gotcha.
And it's just like I said, simple.
So is this actually?
This is a 40-gallon breeder, and that's a 50-gallon.
That's a 50. Okay, yeah. So you got your RO water split between this tank,
correct,
and your main tank,
correct.
So, and this is it. It just keeps you. Keeps you going.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any close disasters or anything?
I have not, but I will tell you, I am kind of diligent. I change out that valve probably once a year.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not because it gives me problems, because it's just peace of mind.
Just because it's $10 for.
It's not even $10.
Not even worry about it.
Off of Amazon, it's like $5, and it takes about 5 minutes, not even to.
Yeah,
swap them.
It's super clean. Like your sump, even your sump water's clean.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's like
I mean, I've got some sponges growing in there.
Yeah,
for a while I was thinking about taking them out, and I'm like, the sponges help filter the water.
Yeah,
so
leave them in there. That's a sign. Your tank's mature, healthy, and it looks good. That's crazy. 5 minutes to do a water change, can't beat it.
Yeah, it takes longer to drain it out down the drain than
been
it
waiting.
That's
what it is.
to do it, and then I got my dosing pump.
Okay,
Again, nothing high tech.
What are you? Just Bionic.
Bionic. 2-part with the mag.
Okay.
And then I dose a very small amount of Nopox once a day.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking like 4 mils once a day.
Tiny.
Like
not even much.
Probably insignificant.
Yeah.
Just to help keep things.
Especially on this tank, water volume wise.
Yeah. And then I've got my main heater, which is a 1,000-watt heater. It's my main heater. This controller is right here.
Okay.
It's Aqualogic. And then I have a backup heater.
Never seen that before.
I was having problems. They weren't lasting. The other controllers would only last like a year or two.
Okay.
And they would just die. So this was a little bit more expensive, but I've had it for like 3 or 4 years. And it's you get what you pay for, right? Sometimes.
Well, that's why I'm wondering. I mean, you know about electricity more than me.
So. Right. And then I have and then that's an 800-watt heater, which is just a backup. And I keep that on like 2 degrees lower.
Yep.
So like it almost never is on.
Okay.
unless something happens.
Well, because this is tied into your system, you could
Correct.
put backup equipment in this tank.
Correct.
And still take care of your big tank.
It's not high
Right.
tech. I don't run an
Right.
Apex.
Right.
I got my RO on the wall.
Yep.
This is my controller for my
Gyros
pumps and my
stuff.
return pumps.
Yep.
That are hooked up through the phone.
And it's just works. There's no reason to change a thing.
Again, it's just simple.
Do you do anything special when you about to go on the road, vacations or anything?
Yeah, I call friends to come over. That's what Reef Tank friends are for.
That's a little full shot of the tank. This is
my custom piece here.
Yeah.
That's built by me.
That's to make sure.
Well, because when I was sitting in the chairs at night,
yep.
I was getting blinded.
I would be down here all the time.
I'm telling you, I'm down here every night. After the wife and kids, everybody's in bed at night. Yep. I'm down here at night with.
What time is lights off? Like
11:30 at night.
See, I got mine going till midnight just so I can get at least. Yep. And even if I work all day.
Yes.
Got to at least catch an hour before it goes off. I mean,
I'm with you. It's very relaxing and enjoyable to sit down here at night and watch.
All right. Well, any last words for people, advice wise? Anything else?
Nope. I think the only thing I have learned over the years, cleanup crew. I really like the tuxedo sea urchins.
Yep.
And the lawnmower blenny and snails. I'm not a big hermit crab.
Okay.
Guy. I find that they kind of knock things around.
Gotcha. All right. Well, cleanup crew and just sticking with it, obviously. Mm-hmm. Sticking through all the ups and downs and everything around. Man, that was one hell of a tank tour. If you guys made it this far in the video, do me a favor, drop a £, keep doing what you do down in the comments. Let me know it's real. Let me know you guys are here for the long haul, just like Rodney is with this tank that has been growing out crazy fast over the last couple of years. It's made a long, hellacious journey from 2019 to the point we are today. Acan colonies grown out and just all kinds of pieces I remember back then have turned into monster, Lobos and Acans and SPS colonies, just craziness. So once again, we're going to cut this video here. One hell of a tour. And I was glad to be able to share this with you all. So as always, you guys keep doing what y'all do. Y'all be easy and happy reefing. Peace.